Hello, how are you guys doing? It has been a minute since we've done this. I apologize for the long wait. This year has been kicking my ass, and that is, that's not the best. But hey, we're back into it. I am definitely nervous for this one just because I'm a little out of practice, but we'll see how it goes. How about this? It's kind of a thing that we've been doing, that we watch the last two sessions of stuff. We watch what happened last time and then the time before that. You know what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and play the two sessions that you need to know, basically, right now. So let me go ahead and close out of that and then switch you over to that. Here we go. Welcome back to episode 12 of the Town of Nowhere's Cliff Notes. Make sure you're in the playlist. Let's get started. At the start of the day, Gerald and Noah had a discussion on what happened last time and decided to set up a dead man switch just in case if something went down, so that way their information would be posted online if something were to happen to either of them. Noah re-explained the things that happened when they saw the thing in the sewer and explained that the creature was only visible in a mirror and created a funky sound. Sorry. Is that better? Anyone had gone missing. They decided they'd go check on... Let me just restart it. There we go. Sorry about that. That is, Welcome back to episode 12 of the Town of Nowhere's Cliff Notes. Make sure you're in the playlist. Let's get started. At the start of the day, Gerald and Noah had a discussion on what happened last time and decided to set up a dead man switch just in case if something went down, so that way their information would be posted online if something were to happen to either of them. Noah re-explained the things that happened when they saw the thing in the sewer and explained that the creature was only visible in a mirror and created a deafening silence when they were interacting with. Checking their notebook, they didn't notice anyone had gone missing. They decided they'd go check on Christopher that lives at the motel and realized that the other Noah was having a conversation with them at the same time. So they waited and just kind of twerked for no reason because chat's like that while they waited for the other Noah to leave in hiding. Yeah. They twerked while in hiding. Once the other Noah left, they went and talked to the other Christopher, warning him of the danger and asking them to sign the notebook that they had previously. They went to the dollar store, bought some friendship bracelets, stuff, clown nose, stuff to make mirror glasses, candy, and Zoo Pal paper plates. That way they could have a convincing disguise. They went to the bank, talked to Sam, asked him to sign the information that they had previously, asked if he had seen the sewer bird, and then Sam said he didn't see any sewer bird that they're talking about, signed the document, and asked them to go ahead and take off their hood. They claimed they weren't wearing a hood, just had a weird skin condition, and they decided to leave because it was infringing on their rights. They met back up with Gerald, who had gotten himself a outfit to blend in with the Home Depot employees, and went to Starbucks to do a little bit of studying before meeting the Home Depot entity later at the end of the day. Things went awry when they went to the Starbucks and found that it wasn't Crystal working, but actually her boyfriend, Christopher, who they had heard of and mentioned but hadn't ever met. They explained that situation to Gerald, and he agrees that they should get him to sign as well. They check around for blood and find the blood that was on the counter previously, but nothing new. They give him a mirror, explain this situation as best they can, sound insane, and just go outside and just twerk against the glass for a while on guard. Christopher, starting to get confused and a little bit skeeved out, he decides to go ahead and call the cops. Then Naruto ran over to the Home Depot and asked Gerald some more questions, like if he had any idea of how to beat this thing and what his favorite color was. He suggested that they just have a plan of action in order to do something once they did see it, and maybe agree that someone is going to have to die that they could use as bait for a later attempt on the thing. They then have the exact same meeting with the Home Depot entity that they had the first time they met it, including with No being there asking all of the questions that they asked the first time. Go ahead and watch that video if you want to know what happened there. And then they went home and made friendship bracelets and confided in Gerald that they were upset about not being able to save Christopher. And that about wraps it up for this episode. A lot happened. If you still have videos in the playlist, go ahead and keep watching. Otherwise, I'll see you in chat. Bye. Oh, all right. So now I've got the stuff that happened in the previous loop through time, which is episode 5, the break and enter episode. Since we're doing a time travel thing, it's important to remember where the other Noah was at that time. So here we go. Anytime. With that out of the way, let's talk about what happened in episode 5 of the Town of Nowhere. You were greeted at the door by one of the cultists. You had previously arranged with the entity that they would provide some sort of distraction for you so that way you could make entrance into Daryl's house in order to find some note that the entity felt like was relevant to your interests. While this was going on, Kevin was watching from afar. Being that in the last stream, No, chat, you, whatever you want to call yourself, the character, agreed to return the books and recheck them out, making a little bit of progress in helping Kevin kind of calm down and make sure that they're okay. Chat then went by Home Depot in order to pick up a backpack and paid for it later, and then ran into Noah on the way to the house, along with seeing the cultists absolutely swarming the Randalls. Noah informed them that they are going to be having a special service on Sunday and invited them especially. Chat agreed wholeheartedly because of course they did. From there, Chat cased Daryl's house, made sure that no one was watching, and broke in a back window and stole everything out of the fridge before finding an unbuilt crib and the letter that the entity mentioned. After reading over the letter, they checked out the Randalls to find that it was absolutely besieged by cultists, being the absolute worst customers possible. As soon as they saw No enter the room, however, they all left, leaving their carts and their stuff in the aisles, immediately leaving to go commune with the entity at the Home Depot. The entity mentioned quite a few things, some of which included that lost memories seemed to be gone forever, thus causing domino effects, and that mirrors are wrong or right, depending. It wasn't really sure. And then Chat made an offhand comment that it would like some more money, to which the entity said if it would help, it found some that nobody was using. After this, they went home, attempting to take a shower, but found that it was impossible due to the $200,000 that had materialized into the tub. Chat immediately started hiding all of the money that it could in random spots around the apartment, and then noticed that there was something weird with the mirror, that by looking into the mirror, they were able to see blood that was on the wall, but by turning around, they forgot about it entirely and began trying to read book. Going back to the mirror and investigating further, they could feel the dried blood on the wall, which was not the blood from the ritual on the first day, but an entirely unrelated blood stain that they could not directly see. They decided to make a mental note to go to the dollar store the next day in order to buy a mirror that they could use to further investigate this feature. With that, you are now caught up to episode 5 of this series. If there are more videos in this playlist, continue watching. Otherwise, I'll see you in chat. Bye. Alright, cool. So a vast popped up right at the end of that, so brief lag, but here we go. Alright, turn on the background audio, and we're into it. So, if you haven't done this before, basically what's going to happen is every now and then I'll open up the options for you guys to do stuff. I'll go, what do you guys want to do? You have the option to, if you look down at the, below where it says send messages, you can click coffee coins and then add town or nowhere option. It won't be available unless if I say it is, and then I'll cut it off after a certain point. Then I'll put a straw poll of all those things in chat. Usually I take about 5 to 10 of them. And then you guys vote on what you want to do out of those 5 to 10 things. Make sense? All right. Anyway, so you wake up in the morning. No wakes up in the morning. In that last video, I was referring to you as No and the player and all of that. It was weird. Anyway, No wakes up in the morning. You wake up in the morning, and Gerald is already awake. He's sitting at his computer, and he looks like he hasn't slept. I guess we'll just open it up into that. Yeah. So, opening up things for you guys to do. All right. So there's 8 right there. Let's go ahead and copy those over. It's a lot easier to do with 2 screens. My God, how did I stream this with 1 monitor? It's so much easier. All right. Throw that ass in a circle. Beat it. Why not just jerk off on someone else's couch? Why not? All right. Copy and paste. All right. All right. Copy paste this guy over there for Gamzee. Thank you for the 8 months of support. 2 monitor town and nowhere stream. A lot easier to try and keep track of. But yeah, he's just kind of sitting there at his computer, screwing around on Facebook. I would have made a sprite to make him look more tired, but I really don't know how to do that with this guy. So just imagine he's got bags under his eyes. There's the poll. Go ahead and vote, and once we get a decent number of votes, we'll move on from there. Oh, not the Twitch poll. We're gonna use the straw poll that I posted in chat. That way you don't have to that way you don't have to be on a computer. Yeah, I mean, like, all of them seem to be along the lines of actually, like, do you want coffee? Are you okay? That kind of thing. So, how about we go ahead and just do that, since that actually seems to be what you guys want to do, generally speaking. Vote. So you ask him if he's okay and if you want some coffee. He says, well, I woke up pretty early this morning and, oh, I don't have the desktop audio on. Jesus, I didn't have it on the whole time. Ugh, sorry. All right, well, the audio, there it is. I just screwed up. I'm sorry. The Bobo, thank you for the resub. I don't see where it is. I'm sorry. I'm a lot of practice, y'all. Vote isn't on. I didn't put that on either. I'm sorry, y'all. All right. So anyway, can you guys hear the audio now? It wasn't on there for a minute because I just forgot. That wasn't like a hint or anything. That's just me being stupid. It's fine. Okay. You can hear it. Okay, cool. Good. So he says, I kind of took inspiration from what you were saying last night, and I decided I'd go ahead and set up a dead man switch for Christopher, and to wake me up so that way I'd know what was going on. I don't think it failed. I woke up very early this morning, and I just haven't been able to go back to sleep since. It seems like that method works. I only remember who Christopher is because of the notes that I have for myself, but I don't actually remember who they are. I don't know how we're gonna do this again. No. I think we're going to have some sort of plan for this next time. Do you know if anyone else is taken before your time loop starts? Perhaps we could do something this time. Perhaps we could do something to stop this from happening to someone else. We don't know who else was getting disappeared in the meantime, but at least we could do something about the ones we know. I have a plan, but I need to get it verified without having any of my friends around. We won't have anyone else to bounce this off of aside from Kevin, so I'm going to have to make amends. He seems to be the right man for this job. You mentioned Christopher from the hotel, not to be confirmed or confused with Christopher, Crystal's boyfriend. Okay. Do you have a general idea of when Christopher, the motel owner, goes missing? Is that worth making a poll for, or do you guys know the answer to that question? Tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow, it's during, like, the evening. Tomorrow-ish. Okay. So you tell him that. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. We have some time to set this up, which means that I've got some time to work this plan out with Kevin. Hopefully, Kevin will be receptive and won't be too angry. I'm gonna need you to do some work for me today. I'm going to be busy talking to Kevin and making sure that we're okay. But in the meantime, I need you to do some things. First, I need you to spend some time checking up and making sure that Christopher is still around. I need you to check twice today, probably. I'll also need to get some supplies, but I need to figure out what they are first. If that works for you. Do you have anything else you want to mention? Anything else that I need to know before I go and work this out? I'm gonna go ahead and make a poll. I don't know if this is really poll worthy, but I want you to check in the morning, make sure he's around, and I want you to check again later at night, just to confirm that he does go missing sometime tomorrow afternoon. We'll have to also check tomorrow morning, and that will narrow down the amount of time that it takes for him to actually go missing. Go ahead and open up the redemptions. Will do. We need to avoid ourselves, hug him, and stay safe. Seems like we're pretty, like, okay with just those things. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pause redemptions. It seems like you guys generally want to say, yup, okay, watch out for us. We're gonna watch out for us. And then you hug him and tell him to stay safe and that you love him. Is that all good? Because, like, all of the redemptions that came in were almost exactly that. And if that's the case, then I'll just go ahead and figure out where you guys want to go from here. Okay, cool. So Gerald explained that he's going to go to the library to work things out with Kevin. You know that in the morning that your other self will be there to be able to drop off the books that you stole, sort of, kind of. And so you've alerted him of that. Creative WizKid, thank you for the 13 months of support. I'm going to make it so you guys have the option to do whatever you feel like doing real quick. I'm going to go ahead and open up redemptions to let you guys do what you want here. So, redemptions are opened up. You guys are free to do whatever. Okay. Write down planned Christopher-related actions. Sure, I'll let you do that as a free thing. What do you plan on doing right now? Because he's going to be leaving. Just do a jump. Head to the park. We haven't checked it out yet. Do horticultures. So I still haven't made a graphic for the park, really, I don't think. So if we don't get a good look at it, just kind of imagination. Shower, big jump. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pause the redemptions there and go ahead and copy paste some of these choices in. Write down the stuff. Suggest making coffee before the day. Go to 7-Eleven. Boo, boo, boo. Chug a cup of coffee and throw the mug on the ground. I mean, that is Gerald's mug, so you're kind of just being a dick. Jump. Head to the park and check that out. if we haven't already. I think you guys have gone to the park. There was a gazebo that you guys were weirdly suspicious of just because gazebo's a weird word. Be like the Dragonborn and just wait until tomorrow morning. If we just wait until tomorrow, that would involve basically just ending the stream now. Because I have not gotten everything together for that. So, shower. And crate pull. Copy and paste. Then go ahead and put up the vote thing for you guys. So I've been talking about this on other streams, but I think what I'd like to do in the future stuff with this series is make it so that way if you're just showing up for the first time, like this many episodes in, like there's one episode that explains the general premise of what's going on, and then someone can tell you just like what's happening this episode, because I feel like this one I went a little bit too complex, and that caused some problems with just like allowing new people to come in and watch, which is not really my intention. I want everyone to be able to be involved rather than just the people who've watched like 12 hours or whatever the fuck it is now of this thing that I've made. Multiple vote is on, so you guys should be able to click on all the ones that you guys want to do. So the next series is going to be, there's going to be a bit of a hiatus between this one and the next one, just because I'm not going to be using pre-rendered stuff like the way I did it. I think a little bit more episodic might make things a little bit easier. I think something that isn't mystery-based and maybe more adventure-based might be better. That kind of thing. Because... you know, and it can still have mystery, you know, but less mystery than this one. I went too heavy into the mystery and the weird, like, I don't know, kind of Monster of the Week-esque, yeah, that kind of thing. I went too heavy into, like, the weird sci-fi horror show thing, but... let me go ahead and refresh this, check and see what we've got. It says, write down our planned Christopher-related actions in the journal. Suggest making coffee before starting our day. Okay. Head to the park. All right. So it looks like you guys want to write down what you're going to do. Cool. Done. Suggest making coffee before we start our day. Sure. So you told Gerald, hey, is it cool if I make some coffee? Do you need coffee? And he's going to say, I've already had some, but it might not be the worst idea. We should probably get a move on as soon as possible. You decide to do a real big jump. You just jump in place because that felt like the right thing to do. And then you say, cool, I'm going to go take a shower real quick after you start the coffee pot, I assume. Are you making the coffee or is he? Did you just go, do you want coffee? And then just ignore his answer entirely and just sort of do that thing where it's like, man, someone should make coffee. Bye. Like, are y'all making the coffee or is he? Okay, we're making it. Good, cool, fine. So you start the coffee, you do a jump, then you go into the shower, you take a shower, you're less stinky now. I'm going to go ahead and change your wellness a little bit because I feel like that should probably go up again. I think I was improving it by 5, so I'm just going to make it a solid 35 this time. I'll make it go up 7 this time just because that jump and a hug, that just got you going. Reputation, wellness, we'll go ahead and bump that up by another 5. We'll bring that up to 40. Can-do attitude is at 100 because you've had coffee. Sex appeal, same amount. Smartass, staying the same amount. Gerald reputation, let's make it go up to 60 because you made coffee, and that's good. A jump is good for the soul, you know? Just a good jump. All right, so anyway, and from there, it looks like head to the park has the most votes. So get out of the shower, get your clothes on, and head out the door. Gerald heads out the door. Everyone's had coffee. We're going for that. So give me half a second while I set things up. Where? Okay, character portrait, go away. Places. Looks like you guys want to go to the park. Oh, that's actually a place that I've got. So you make it over to the park. There's nothing really here. There's a gazebo. It's a small town street with the, you know, kind of normal Texas facades where there's just like an entirely unrelated front to a building. You can kind of see it in this picture here. The time is not accurate on that little clock thing. It's early morning, and there's a gazebo here. It has a threatening aura for no reason whatsoever. You guys are afraid of the weirdest shit. Can I just point that out? Like, when you first saw Noah, he straight up ate someone. He straight up ate someone whole, and you were like, oh my god, is he single? Like, is he seeing anyone? Because he could be seeing me. But you see an inanimate fucking building, and you're like, shit, we're dead. We're fucked. That's what I need to do in the future. You know what? Next monster is just a fucking gazebo. That's what I'm doing. Next series, you're just going to be fighting a gazebo. That's the entire series. Are we wrong? All right. Well, now that you're at the gazebo, what would you like to do with yourselves? You've attempted to use your horticulture skill. You've noticed that there are trees about. There's also grass. It's kind of a yellowish color. It is Texas. It continues to be grass. Do we have the materials to burn a gazebo? I don't think you do, no. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lock down requests again. Go into the gazebo and cast spells. Currently, the only spell that you really know is, like, I guess, change the color of paper. For a quick rundown on how spells work again, you can do pretty much anything, assuming you have the concentration and ability to pull it off. Large world-ending spells have been mostly prevented via a spell that was casted early on to prevent anything like that from destroying everything in existence. You have a mirror. You have mirror glasses. You can mirror anything you would like. Mirrors being important in this universe because it allows you to see secret things, specifically blood. Let me go ahead and copy paste. I'm just kind of doing some like general like lore rundown stuff. Climb tree for advantage. Look around, investigate. Charge into the gazebo yelling, "You'll never take me alive." All right. Enter gazebo and shout, "I'm not scared of you." Sure. Intimidate gazebo. Okay. You'll have to tell me exactly how you wish to intimidate an inanimate pile of wood, but okay. Just vibe, just have a good time, just hanging out with the gazebo. Perform exorcism on gazebo to get rid of the evil energy in it. Sure. Investigate gazebo thoroughly. Okay. All right, copy and pasting that. There you go. You know, I didn't really plan on you guys attacking the gazebo, I'll be honest. But it's a thing you can do, so I should have planned for it. Can we mirror check the gazebo? Sure, let's go ahead and do that. Where is vote? There we go. I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way so that way I can make the mirror come up. Here's the mirror. There we go. Nothing out of the ordinary here. It continues to be the exact same gazebo that you've been seeing this entire time. It has not made any signs of aggression. It continues to be an inanimate pile of wood. Vote. Vote. I did copy paste that over, right? I think I did. Alright, it looks like the votes are in. So, oh, there's a little bit more coming in. It's looking like that's staying fairly steady. Alright. So, in first place, we have investigate the gazebo thoroughly, then vibe, then look around and investigate, climb the tree for vantage point, look for townspeople, intimidate gazebo. It looks like, generally speaking, you want to investigate the gazebo and the area around the gazebo, and also just kind of hang out here and maybe climb a tree. So you go into the gazebo. It's a normal gazebo. There's some like cobwebs up in the top of the gazebo. It looks like it probably could use an actual like cleaning at some point. There's what looks like the start of a mud dauber spot nest thing. Maybe someone sprayed it down because you don't actually see any like mud daubers in there, but like, you know, it could be wasps. No real way for you to know, but it definitely something trying to make a nest in here. The rest of the gazebo seems fine. Some of the paint is like chipping off in spots. Nothing outside the ordinary. It kind of just looks like it needs some TLC. You just kind of stand in the gazebo for a minute and just sort of chill. Just have a good time hanging out in a gazebo. It's fine. Alright, let me go ahead and clean off the things that y'all are doing. I suppose it's a bit implicit, but Gerald did want you to meet up with him at some point today after checking on Christopher. But after he's talked to Kevin. So anyway. Alright. Opening up requests again. Because there's nothing really else I can tell you about a gazebo. It's just sort of here. It was probably used at some point for like cool, like old-timey band things. You could probably put on like a whole like big band thing in a gazebo. Alright, let's go ahead and pause that. Befriend the gazebo lest you gain its ire. Okay. Go check on Christ. Like, generally just, like, the big J-man? Or, like, do you mean Christopher? If you're going for Christopher, you're a few letters short, and it actually is a fairly different, thing there. The J-man, listen, like, I don't want to be the one to tell you this, but, Jesus died. He got better, but he died a little bit. I know, like, you know, it's kind of heavy topic for today. You guys are just trying to have some fun, but yeah, he was he's found guilty of some crimes against the Roman government, and he was executed for them. It turned out okay for him. He got better. Everything's fine now. You know, and he said he's gonna be dead for a bit, but it's chill. He'll be back. Don't worry about it, my dudes. I'm sorry. I know, spoilers for the Bible. Bible spoilers are some of my favorites. I haven't finished that book yet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. Go get food at Starbucks. Okay, I think I got all of the things. All right, cool. Create poll, copy. How long is this bit? A little bit too long. A little bit too long. Anyway, go ahead and vote. Vote. Didn't even tag the stream as spoilers. I'm still on Bible 1. There's a Bible 2? Yeah, it's called the New Testament. That was the... Oh my god. Bible 2! The sacrilege in this stream. The sacrilege. Things are getting heated up in the Jesus fandom. Hasn't worked out for the world as a whole every single time that's happened. There's been a couple crusades, and you know, generally the world has didn't really care for it every single time that happened. Everyone's kind of about them not doing that again. All right. Looks like votes are still kind of trickling in. Are devout Christians called Jesus stands or Christ stands? All right. Well, anyway, with that, I'm going to turn off voting, and it looks like go to the motel, check on Christopher, befriend the gazebo, lest you gain its ire. Let's go check on Christ. A fur? Catholics are simps for Mary. Go check on Justin. Go talk to Crystal. Pause. I sheathe my sword. Does it respond anyway? Okay. I recall that being a meme from like D&D things, like way back in the day. Why is my notebook vaguely wet? It's not like really wet, but it's just kind of damp. That's great. Where's my page that explains what everything is? Okay, it's not that page. It's the humidity. I think I spilled some water on it at some point. Wish I had any sort of sorting system. I don't. Fuck. Ah, there we go. That's the page. There we go. Cool. Okay. So, go to the motel and check on Christopher. Befriend the gazebo lest you gain its ire. Go check on Christopher? Or just Jesus in general. You just kind of check in with Jesus. you have a general feeling that Jesus is A-okay. And a pretty rad dude, I guess. If that's what you meant. And then you decide that you're going to try and be friends with the gazebo, but becoming friends with someone is an act of constant work, you know? It's not just a, one thing and then you're now friends. Like, you decided you're going to start putting some effort in trying to be friends with the gazebo. And it starts here today with a nice word and a nice thing to say. And you go, "You're looking good today." I'm going to go. Bye. And then you leave the gazebo with that nice little compliment, just to make sure that it knows that it's respected and valued as a member of this community. It's a little bit of a lie, but it's okay sometimes to lie to your friends because you want them to feel good, You don't want them to feel bad. You don't want to be like, "Oh my God, you look like an ugly little slut," don't you? The gazebo has no opinion of you one way or another, as it is continuing to be a gazebo. And you decide to go to the motel to check on. I'm not going to add a gazebo reputation. You can't have a reputation with a gazebo. You're going to try. Anyway, you leave and head towards the motel, making a certain amount of calm or caution to just make sure that you are not seen by the other you crossing the bridge towards the motel. You head to the motel. You don't see yourself. You must have spent a decent amount of time just having a decent conversation with the gazebo, hanging out with the gazebo, getting to know the gazebo, and really just trying to have, like, a good time with it. Hold on. A gazebo is considered garden furniture. Does that increase horticulture? No. Actually, no. No. No, if you go to, like, I don't know, a biology class or a horticulture class, and you go, "Sir, will gazebos be on the quiz?" They're going to be like, No, they're not. Why would they be? Trees and chlorophyll will. I don't have a very high horticulture skill, I'll be honest. Anyway, you head over to the motel. You still remember Christopher. Only because Gerald reminded you that someone existed with that name. You don't know who that person is beyond the fact that that is someone that you were supposed to be remembering and don't have any idea who that is. You're aware that you probably forgot someone this morning at some point between last session and this one. You're now at the motel, and you're here to go check on Christopher, the other Christopher, the one that runs the hotel or motel. Anything specific that y'all want to do, or do we just knock on the door and ask? Mirror? Mirror. There we go. There's no blood here. You go ahead and put away the mirror, not seeing anything suspicious. Why did I make two Christophers? Listen, I'm not good at naming or, like, coming up with names. I think that's the main reason that there are two Christophers, and I honestly forgot. At one point, one of them was named Michael, I think. I don't remember who the fuck Michael was supposed to be. That's not like a hint or anything. Again, I think I originally named Roger Michael or something like that. I just don't even fucking remember why. So I had another name. I just forgot it. I keep forgetting things too. All right. How about I go ahead and make it open for a poll? Unless if you guys just, how about? Do you guys just want to go check on him, or is there something more specific that you want to do? Just check on him, because I don't know if you guys want to like use points to check on him or do anything else. Just straight up check on him. Okay. So you knock on the door to his room. You're still wearing your abjure outfit, I would assume, unless if you guys say otherwise. You are wearing a Zoo Pals plate over your face and a Home Depot robe attire. You are the least convincing person in disguise ever, but you also have mirror glasses on, so that way you can see behind yourself. We're cute. Yes. All right. You knock on the door, and Christopher shows up. He says, "Hey, you know, what's it? Listen, if you guys want to like come around here, that's like one thing, but like please don't bug any of the patrons here. I'm trying to run a business here. Please don't bother anyone." Is there something I can help you with? I'm going to open up redemptions now. Get his ass. Bug all of the patrons instantly. Tell Christopher Sam wanted to see him at the bank for Motel finances. I'm glad you're okay, Zoo Depot. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause redemptions because there's a whole bunch that just came in. Get his ass. Just beat the shit out of him for no reason whatsoever. Bug all of the patrons instantaneously. Tell Christopher that Sam wants to see him about finances. I'm glad you're okay. Zoo Depot. Ask if we can get a room for the night so we can investigate. I would assume that you wouldn't say so we can investigate. How are you feeling? Vibe check. He can't get got if he's in the hospital. Vibe check. Right. Ask about Michael. Say hi, ask where he'll be later so you can check on him later. That's a normal thing to ask someone that you don't know. Home Depot. Close the door. Ask how Noah's doing. Okay. Home Depot, please come with me. I need to protect you. Ask him why he's outside. Not okay. In this universe, the whole like Corona thing isn't happening because this game started in 2019, before December, if I recall correctly. So before we knew it was a thing, and before the world changed a bit, we're kind of using this as a bit of a distraction, so you don't have to worry about the whole mask situation. Social distancing is not required in the town of nowhere. Though people may social distance away from you because you're kind of fucking weird. Duxu, thank you for the 26 months of support. It was called COVID-19 because it was caught. Yes, but I didn't know about it when I started writing this. You know what I mean? All right. I'm going to go ahead and clear out the ones that you have there. There we go. All right. Go ahead and roll. 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 All right, let's see where this poll is going right now. I'm just sort of pretending like that's not an issue that this universe has to deal with, because it already has to deal with enough. And we just want to kind of forget that this is a thing that we're having to deal with this year. So, yeah, that's the long and short of it. In the next series, that will also not be a thing we have to deal with, because I don't want it to be a part of something we have to worry about here. And that's the last I'm going to say on this matter. All right, so let's see. All right, let's see. So it looks like votes have kind of come to a stop, and it says, tell Christopher Sam wanted to see him about at the bank for Motel finances. Be considerate. I'm glad you're okay, Zoo Depot. Ask about Michael. Ask if we can get a room for the night. You have $361. I forget how much we decided it was going to be per day, but we could work that out, sure. Home Depot, then close the door. Okay. So generally speaking, you're going to try and play it cool. And you're going to say, Home Depot. Sam wants to see you at the bank because of financial reasons. Home Depot. 100% guarantee promise. Just right off the back of the can. Anyway, I'm glad you're okay, Zoo Depot. He says, "Oh, okay. That's weird that he didn't just call me." I'll just call him. Thanks for letting me know. I'm gonna go deal with that now. All right. Bye. And then he closes the door. Leaving you outside in the parking lot again to just kind of chill. When it opened up redemptions again, just so you can go ahead and put votes in. Carve, draw a noticeable symbol around the motel somewhere that past Noah would be able to see, and see if your memory has changed. It's interesting theory. He said you had to sign some things. Home Depot. Steal his phone. Remark about how hungry we are, To eat dirt, but don't eat dirt. Right, I am abjure on No's door. Go check on Justin. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off redemptions. And go ahead and post in these things real quick. Copy and paste. And copy and paste. Copy and paste. Start a motel fire for the insurance money. You don't have an insurance policy on this motel. You do not own it. You have no real relationship with it aside from knowing one person that, you know, rents a room here and the guy who runs it, and the one person who rents a room here also happens to be you from the past. Go to 7-Eleven, knock on the door and tell him that Sam's phone is broken. Attempt to flip but fall and just lay there. We cut the phone lines last night, Home Depot. It was an accident, but we fixed it. You're welcome, Home Depot. Start questioning your sanity. Just generally. I think it's decent to say that No has some things going on. I don't think you really need to start doing that. That's, not so much, Skritzer. I played guitar some today. It's about as, just trying to get better at doing stuff like playing guitar and all that kind of thing, but not so much. No, I should probably do so. Side note: I might be not able to stream tomorrow. We are trying to get some stuff done for the car, and that might require me skipping stream tomorrow. If that happens, I apologize. It needs to get fixed. Like I was saying the other day on stream, the AC is totally screwed, and it just sort of seems like the heat is on whenever you use it. So just giving you guys the heads up now, just in case. The main thing is whether or not I'll just be stuck at the mechanic shop for like a few hours just doing nothing rather than streaming. So am I going to be okay with the weather? Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We just need to get it taken care of because it is, you know, summer in Texas. It's hot. It's uncomfortable. I don't drive too much, but Tilda does, so she needs to be able to drive the car without it, like, melting her. Because, yeah, just driving around with it the other day, like, it overheated my phone. It was so hot in the car. Like, my phone had to shut down because it was like, nope. It's just kind of hot in Texas. So, yeah, that's something we need to take care of. All right. All right. So looking at what you guys voted for, it says carve/draw a noticeable symbol around the motel somewhere that past No would see and see if your memory has changed. Just generally yell, he said you had to sign some things, Home Depot. Go check on Justin. Go to the 7-Eleven. Justin being the zombie that works at the 7-Eleven, so those could be kind of combined. Attempt to do a flip and just lay there. All right, cool. So you decide you're going to draw a symbol somewhere noticeable. What do you have on your person that you could use to carve with? You could probably just get a rock. You could probably just find a decent-sized rock. There's all those chalk rocks that are a thing. The Super S, that cool S thing. that like you draw when you're in school. You could draw a cool S thing with like a chalk rock. All right. So you scream at the door, right? You scream at the door that you just saw Christopher go into. He said you had to sign some things, Home Depot. He pops back outside and he's holding the phone. Like it's one of those old school corded phones. Clearly something that's been part of the, Motel's, thing for a while. It says, I'm on hold right now. I'll get to it in just a minute. It's fine. I'm taking care of it. Thank you. Thank you for coming by. You can... Thank you. He closes the door again and goes back in. You decide to go find a neat rock, one of those chalk rocks that kind of works. I don't know if this is... I think it's just a limestone rock. I think chalk rock is what kids call them. But here in Texas, there are rocks that like kind of work like chalk. It's just really crappy chalk. And you can draw on things. Mostly like concrete and stuff like that. But nothing like really... I don't know. It doesn't work as good as real chalk, but it'll work in a pinch. And this is something as a Texan that Noah would know. So you get one of those, and you start drawing a cool S thing. Like on or around Noah's door. It probably wouldn't work on the door itself, so you just draw it on the floor. Like next to the door. Can we write 69 too? Cool, yeah, sure, why not? 69 and also that cool S thing. You could afford real chalk, you just didn't go and get any. Oh, yeah. Nice. With that, you just sort of leave the rock. You check to see if you remember that existing. You don't. And then you just go ahead and go, all right, well, I'm going to go check on Justin. And then you leave going towards, let's see, the 7-Eleven, which I have to find. Give me a moment. All right. You head across the bridge towards the 7-Eleven. You're now at 7-Eleven. You look around for a minute to find Justin. He's just kind of chilling behind the counter, doing what he normally does, which is not a lot, because he's... Oh, there we go. Let me just go ahead and just center him. Justin is here. He's an actual zombie, if you're new to this series, and he works at the 7-Eleven. He's given you incorrect change in the past and isn't much for talking. All right, I'm going to go and open up polls again for you guys to decide to do something. Go buy a snack and ask Justin about how he respawns. Slap the counter once if you're doing good, Justin. Twice if you're doing bad. Ask Justin if he's seen the big murder bird around town. Feed Justin a hot dog. Nod Justin a bit to see if he'd mind. Buy chalk. Get food. I don't think you can get chalk at 7-Eleven. I actually don't know. I've never tried to go to 7-Eleven and buy chalk. Like, when I think to go buy chalk, I'm going to be like, I don't know, Target, Walgreens, like maybe Home Depot. Like, but I don't think you go to like 7-Eleven to get chalk. Like, maybe they have some just incidentally, and you're like, oh man, that saves me a trip to one of those other places I just mentioned. You know, it's one of those kind of like, oh, but you know, I'm here. I could have one of those, like one of those neat hats. I don't know if that's a thing anywhere else, but you can get cowboy hats at like 7-Eleven. Especially like 7-Elevens in the middle of freaking nowhere. That and rattle eggs. Like rattler eggs. They're like pickled rattlesnake eggs. No idea what that tastes like. I just am not about that life. Very much like truck stop kind of food. Never had the balls or the stomach for it. I'm not much for just like randomly eating shit. When, you know, I don't know, out driving. All right. Can we do check journal and get signatures free action right now? Sure. I'll go ahead and do that while you guys vote. So you ask him to sign off on all the people, you know, that he knows. He just kind of stares at you, kind of just looking at you. You check the mirror. You see Justin in the mirror and the rest of the 7-Eleven. He doesn't seem to have any sort of response as far as the signature thing goes. He just sort of just is there, chilling, hanging out with you, just being a Justin. You check the names in there. You don't know who the Christopher that is, Christopher is the name that Chad has given them. Crystal's boyfriend. You don't know who he is, but otherwise the exact same list of people you don't know. I want a monster harem. Well, you don't seem to be the only person in chat. Yes. I mean, who the fuck doesn't? I guess. I'm clearly one of the only people who think that monsters are supposed to be scary and not dateable. So, that's a thing. They can be both scary and a harem. Okay, well, there you go. I'm learning so much about you guys. It's because you're not gay. Okay. Fair enough. The fear makes them sexier. Okay. I scare him, if you will. Okay. Anyway, you ask him to slap the counter once if they're, you know, if he's doing good, and twice if he's doing bad. He does neither. You go and buy a snack and ask Justin how he responds. What do you guys want as far as food? Like, what would you like to get? I know they got like beef jerky. I think you could get like a Slurpee. You could get a Slurp if you want a Slurp. You could get probably like one of those shitty pizzas, Takis. Yeah, those are a thing you could buy probably. Actually, don't really know what Takis taste like. I'll be real. I'm fake Texan. Chocolatey milk, hot dog, Slim Jim, Funyuns, fruit gummies. Those orange gummies, I fucking love those. As Justin, have you seen a murder bird around? He continues to just not Ask him to sign the book. This continues to not work. Takis are amazing. Are they like... They seem like they would taste like Cheetos. I'll be real. Can we drink the gas? No, you can't drink the gas. That would kill you. Which I'm going to let you know. If you drink gasoline, you'll die. Because that's bad. Can No buy alcohol? I don't know how old No is. I'll be honest. All right. $20 something sounds about right. Old enough to travel alone. Early 30s, like... No seems young to me. They're at least 18 to 21 to be able to work at Home Depot. Fair enough. Our twin sister is married and having children. That's a good point. And her husband is like 20, 30 something. Like late 20s, early 30s. So you're probably old enough, you know. Whatever age your twin sister is. Yes, this is usually how it works. Yes. I want to be 34. Late 20s sounds right to me. I mean, however old y'all want to be. This was not particularly important in character creation. Anyway, slap the counter once if you're doing good. Buy a snack. I don't think I ever got an answer to that. So I'm just going to... How about I make another poll? I'm not even going to, like, give you guys options. I'm just going to, like, type things that I saw go by in chat. So, like, Monster, Energy, Drink, Chalky Milk, Slurpee, which is Takis, Cheetos, Slim Jim. All right, cool. I hit enter, but that's probably good enough. There you go. What would you like? Expect a little bit of delay, Targo, just because that's how Twitch works. But if it's super bad, just try and refresh, and that might help. Why was all not an option? I don't remember if I checked to allow you to do multiple ones. Combine the top three. Well, the top three are Slurpee, Chocolatey Milk, and Monster Energy Drink. Would you like to buy all of those? Combine them all to make the bad soup. Alright, well, Monster Energy is, like, weirdly expensive. I think it's, like, $3 or $4. Chocolate milk is like I think about $2 for one of those like 8-ounce ones of it, and a Slurpee is about $3 or $4, right? How much is a Slurpee? How much is a Slurpee machine? A large Slurpee costs $2. Okay. How much is Monster Energy Drink? About $2. Cool. And then how much is chocolate milk? Nesquik. Yahoo's. Yahoo? You can get Yahoo's still? I thought Yahoo went out of business. Borden's Dutch chocolate milk. Dude, I used to be all about Borden's. 3. Alright, plus 1.99 plus 1.99 times tax. Do 578 is the total for this. All of those things are cheaper than I remember them being. This is Justin, the 7-Eleven employee. Have I told you that the sprite of him looks like Michael Myers? Give him a tip. Is Noah lactose intolerant? I think everyone is bad soup intolerant. I don't think you're supposed to drink the bad soup. What flavor of Slurpee would you like? The Coke isn't working. It's just kind of like watery, and like when you like pull on it, it just goes like doesn't really give you an actual like red cherry. Okay. All right. It's got the little red light on to let you know that it's not working. You get red. Red and blue. All right, you get a little bit. They got red, they got blue, they got Dr. Pepper, they got like coconut. Like that's a thing they do. What would you guys like? And then obviously the Coke, but it's not working right now because it never fucking works. Yeah, they've got coconut. That like pina colada. That's it. It's not coconut. Pina colada. All. Sure. So you mix a little bit of all of them together, including the Coke. Why not? Why not? You've made something that is just fucking awful. You've gone into each one just a little bit each. You've got your Borden's Dutch chocolate milk, 1 pint. You've got your Monster Energy drink, and you are down $5.78. Let me go ahead and figure out the math on that one. You hand him the appropriate amount of money. He kind of fiddles with it for a bit and gives you back your change. I'm going to go ahead and fix that up right now. He gives you inaccurate change again, this time not in your favor. It's mostly pennies. You have a lot of pennies now. Time for bad soup. You drink some of the bad soup, you immediately regret your decisions in life and spit it out. Because even for someone like you, this is untenable. This is just not a drinkable combination that you've made. Your wellness goes down by 5, and you are unable to drink this. The bad soup is undrinkable. What do you mean by someone like you? I mean the kind of person who sits out in the parking lot and twerks and eats dirt. We ate dirt, though? Yeah, you ate dirt, but, like... Anyway. You've got your, like, demon creation that you've made. I'm gonna, like, clear everything out again and then open up another poll for you guys to decide what you want to do now that you've done that. Did this win a straw poll vote? Yes, it did. Let him have the extra change. No, you guys overspent by like $2. He didn't give you change back. Like, you gave him a $5 bill or like a $10 bill, and he gave you the incorrect amount of money from there. All right, there's way too many requests now. I'm going to go ahead and copy paste all of these in. We'll see how it goes. Chug. Save the drink for Grandpa. Store the soup for weapon. Thank you, Justin. Add hot sauce. There's no hot sauce to be added. Twerk sadly. I don't know how you twerk sadly. Go interrogate Noah on how they came to an agreement with Justin. Go figure out how they communicate with Justin. Bring gamer soup to friend, smiley face. Drink the rest of that soup and wear the bowl as a hat. Drink all of it. Figure out if he'd resist arrest if we'd rob him. See if we can get any answers from Justin. Kind of just is there. Pour a bad soup into Justin to see if it unzombifies him. Why would that be the cure for death? That is the exact opposite of the cure for death. That is something that sends you to your grave sooner. Sneak into church. Buy a water gun. Fill it with Chimera juice. I don't know what Chimera juice is. I'm afraid to find out. It cancels it. No, it's not. You don't double die and therefore come alive again. It's not like a math equation. Vote. It's not like math. It's not like math at all. That's not how real things work. Math is weird, and it works in math because math works that way, but you can't just die twice and then you're fine. You only need to die once for it to take place. Like that's one good attempt at being dead is enough. Vote. Arise from your grave. If Jesus can do it, so can he. Have I ever tried dying twice? No. Not as far as I'm aware. Ah, the bad soup. Chimera juice is the gross stuff we just made, I think. Okay. Can thank you, Justin, just be a free action? Sure. Being courteous to customer service people is actually entirely free to do. It costs you absolutely no energy or effort to be just a decent fucking human being. Shout out to everyone who's ever gone into any store ever. Just call out post for you guys. It costs you absolutely $0 today to not be a dick. A lot of people forget that. And you'd swear it cost them their fucking house to just not be a dick. But, you know, anyway. I want to just say thank you to everyone in chat for supporting me and the stuff that I do. It means a lot. Anyway, ask for the bathroom key and check the mirror. Store the soup for a weapon. Thank you, Justin. Buy a water gun. They don't have any. Check out... try to figure out how to communicate with Justin. Ask Noah somehow. Alright, so you just go into the bathroom. It's just open. And check the mirror in there. There's no blood, though there's like a bucket. There's like a bucket right next to the toilet, and there's a mop in here. It seems like it's doubling as like a storage room for some reason. There's like a sign for like an outdated like promo that is still here for some reason. It's the floor is damp and smells a bit like piss. Checking the mirror reveals nothing that you don't see normally. It's not a particularly good bucket. Alright, store the soup for a weapon. Alright, so you decide to store the soup for a weapon. Luckily, you already have a container for it, in that you're holding a Slurpee cup. So you just use that. You decide you're going to go and try and ask Noah about how to communicate with Justin. Let me go ahead and move this vote thing out of the way. So we're just going on to go find Noah now, I guess? Alright. Character portraits. Church. There we go. You head on over to the church, deciding that you want to spend some time trying to figure out how to communicate with Justin. That this might be able to give you some sort of understanding or some way to talk with the guy. Also, you think you just committed a war crime in your stomach because you do not feel good. You kind of stand outside the church for a minute and I guess knock on the door to see if you can get in. You're dressed up as Abjur still, so you have not met Noah as Abjur, if I recall correctly. You have no stats for that, so this would be a new thing for you. I'm going to go ahead and open up for redemptions because chat is like, oh, fuck, we should do such and such. And all of the things are different. Alright, so opening it up now. Do you guys want to open up to Noah and tell him, or try and find Noah to be able to have that conversation? Alright, I'm gonna go and pause redemptions. Offer some of the bad soup to uncurse Noah. Don't tell him. Ask him what he thinks about No. Continuing to pretend to be Abjur. Panic puke. Full honesty with Noah as offer him some bad soup. Okay. Pray to God to cleanse us of our juice sins. Sure.
Go to confession. Episcopal Church does not have confession because they figure that you can just have that conversation directly with God. And you don't need to have a minister to do that. However, if you do need additional assistance, if you just want to like have someone to talk to about like hard things you're going through, they're a religious leader, so they can do that for you, but it's not required in order to have a one-on-one with God to have a priest play telephone with you. All right, there you go. Vote. It's starting to get later in the day, and at some point today you do need to meet back up with Gerald and do a second visit to Christopher to make sure that he's okay. Probably before, things go down. As you were passing by Randall's, the entire parking lot was filled with Home Depot employees. Just absolutely swarmed with Home Depot employees entering and exiting the doors, like flipping over like all of the carts in the parking lot, like just kind of just being weird. What is in the bad soup? The bad soup is like all of the slushy or slurpy combinations you can get. Chocolate milk and Monster Energy drink as a combination. Cow next door, thank you for the sub. Incentive for next year to consume the bad soup. You know what? You go get some bad soup. You go drink bad soup and not vomit immediately. The combination is, it would curdle. I'm fairly certain. I'm pretty sure that would curdle, like on contact. Because I think Monster Energy drink is an acid, and I'm pretty sure milk is a base, so it would curdle. Why would it curdle? Have you ever had an Irish car bomb? First off, delicious. Second off, does curdle if you don't drink it fast enough. You know what? I don't know what a concrete mixer is. I'm pretty sure that's not a drink, but I'm betting that it probably is. Anyway, you decide that you're going to go ahead and talk to him, but you're going to pretend that you're a Home Depot employee and ask him what he thinks about No, and compliment his horns and ask about Justin. You decide you're going to go and try and find him, just pretend to be someone else that happens to eat garbage. You knock on the church a few times to see if there's anyone home, and eventually, boop, 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 boop. Where actually are you? Oh, is it because it's like this? Okay, there we go. There we go. There he is. It's him. This is... Oh. Hello. How are you doing today? He seems a little taken aback by the Home Depot outfit, but you compliment him on his horns, and you say, Home Depot. Those are nice horns you have. Home Depot. I have no branded stuff near me to copy the wording off of. Home Depot. He says, well, it's nice to meet you. I guess you work across the street. Can I help you? He said, you say in response, how do you talk to Justin? Home Depot. 7-Eleven. It's heaven. I think that was a thing they had as a thing for a bit. Oh, you just sort of try and ask him about his day. He doesn't talk much, but, you know, you have to work with him. He's, quiet. You say, what do you think about nowhere? Not that I'm them or anything. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. Home Depot. Noah kind of just looks at you for a minute. He goes, well, they've only recently come to our community. They seem, like a nice person. They mean very well, and they do seem to be incredibly devout. They seem like a good person, at their heart. Why do you ask? I'm gonna go ahead and open up the polls for you guys to add more stuff. Let me clear out these things. Okay, cool. You should be able to do. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and pause it there. Skitter off and go find and seduce past No, now that we know that we're probably in a separate timeline. Can you bless this beverage for us? We need it for Home Depot related reasons. Home Depot, they mention you quite a bit. Crab. Looking to hire them, we need a character reference. For a survey, please sign book. This is the same book that you've gotten them to sign previously. Survey, they've been elusive. Ask Noah to bless the soup. Noah, bless this bad soup into good soup. It's for public survey. Run away. Jet off into the evening like Batman. Background check for Home Depot. Tastes like meat, not the heat. What? New employee and all that. Home Depot, eat fresh. Alright, create new poll. Alright, copy and paste. Vote. 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 Are we hired right now? Yes. In this timeline, both versions of yourself have been hired by Home Depot. Noah, bless this mess. Are we hiring ourselves? He doesn't know that. I suppose he doesn't know that yet. You are currently in the process. If you had to guess where you are right now, the other version of you is currently breaking and entering into Daryl's place to find the note that implicates the fact that you were coming here in the first place to meet your sister. Classic past self. All right. Looks like votes have stopped, so I'm going to go ahead and figure out what you guys are trying to do here. It says, new employee and all that. Home Depot, eat fresh. Home Depot, they mention you quite a bit. Looking to hire them, we need a character reference, background check. Can you bless this beverage for it? We need it for Home Depot-related reasons. What are Home Depot-related reasons to the bad soup? Get Noah to bless the bad soup into good soup. Ask Noah to bless the soup. Survey, they've been elusive. Okay, so how about we go with you guys are trying to play it off as if you're trying to get a character witness and all that. Bless this beverage for us. We need it for Home Depot related reasons. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you go, Home Depot. They are looking to get a job with us. Eat free. Home Depot. They seem like a good candidate for a clerk. Home Depot. Nothing runs like a deer. Would you be willing to be a character reference for them? They have no one in town that knows of them. Home Depot. Taste the meat, not the heat. Also, why would you mind blessing this soup. Noah just kind of stares at you blankly. Not that he doesn't normally stare at you blankly, but he says, well, I don't know particularly well, but from my interactions, they seem like they are a very compassionate, nice individual. Like I said, very devout. They've showed up to service. They are showing up again, I think that they are a very nice person, and I'm sure they're a very hard worker. I don't think I can. I don't think I can help you with that. Referring to the blessing. I'm going to go ahead and get back to work, but if you would like, maybe we should arrange a interfaith sort of thing. Maybe we can work something out so you guys can come and talk about your religion here, and we can be a little bit kinder to each other. How does that sound? Yes, we'll send a employee to discuss this further. You say, cool. Yeah, we'll send someone along to further deal with that. Is there anything else you would like to do with Noah today? Because he looks like he's gonna go back to doing some churchy things. No suggested that. Sounds great, Home Depot. Tell him no thinks he's cool. Bye. You decide to go ahead and leave him to the churchy things he has to get done. You say thank you and shake his hands, and you'll never wash that hand again. And then he goes back inside to go about his work. I'm going to go ahead and open up redemptions again and allow you guys to decide what you want to do now. Alright. Once we have about 10... Alright, cool. I'm going to cut it off there. Go find Big Papa. I thought your name was Big Papa. And he was Funkmaster J or something along those lines. Wasn't that the way it was working? Because you told him to call you Big Papa? Drink the gamer soup. You guys are Big Papa. He's Funkmaster J. Those are your, like, code names for each other. Go to the graveyard. Go to the library. The library was the last known location for Gerald. Check out that Home Depot rave. Go. Okay. Got it. Create pull. Find the Funkmaster. I would assume that go find Big Papa means find Funkmaster J, who was last seen going towards the library. Vote. Volt. 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 Sniffing hand should be free action. You sniff your hand. Smells like soup. Mostly smells of soup. It's a bit sticky from your soup. But otherwise, it's fine. Give me 1 second. Herman's trying to rip the mirror off the wall. Go ahead. Keep voting. Cut it out. Get out of the bathroom. Get. Trying to rip the mirror off the wall. All right. Let's see how the votes are going. It says, go find Grandpa, go check out that Home Depot rave, go find Big Papa. It seems like you guys are leaning more towards going and finding Gerald? And that is sort of in conflict with going and checking out the Home Depot rave. I suppose on your way over, you can kind of take some looks at it. So you go ahead and start heading over towards the library and do just a quickie look at how things are going at the Randalls. Shit is just chaos in the parking lot. People are like going out one door with a cart and then immediately coming back into the store with the exact same cart. Like constant in and out of the Home Depot employees. They're doing a very, very good job of distracting Daryl, so that way Daryl does not have a chance to go and, like, check on his house at any point today. So that way the other you has an option to just do all of the breaking and entering that they need to. They are doing a very good job at doing exactly what they were told. You continue heading towards the library. And for some reason, that's the park. There's the library. You head to the library and go ahead and head on inside, which I will find. And loading. And boom. And then character portraits. Oop, not you. You're not here. I don't know why that keeps happening. You can go over here. Ooh. Oh, I forget that it does that sometimes. And then Kevin. Alright, cool. Alright, so you head on inside, and Kevin is actually much larger than this. He's like... But for some reason, it's causing everything to move when I do that. I don't know what's... I don't know why this is happening. Like, OBS does not like having this many sprites on screen. At all. So we're just going to have to kind of ignore the fact that I can't get them both on screen correctly. One of them is going to slightly be going off of... the screen there, I guess. I'll try and fix it. But anyway, it looks like they're having a conversation. It's as quiet as Kevin allows any conversation to be when he's upset. He seems vaguely peeved, but Gerald is taking it in stride. Just kind of...
Listen, now's not the time for this, and you know that. It's, there's a lot going on. Just check your Facebook friends. Do you know any of those people? Do you remember who these people in our group are? No, come over here.
At the name of that, Kevin looks a little bit peeved at you.
Hi. Thank you for returning your books.
It's a long story, but that happened a while ago. It's fine now. Listen, do you believe that spell would work?
Well, if you think that's a good idea, we could do that, but I don't think it's a terribly great idea, especially for someone who thinks that fireball is just a little bit too much. Are you sure that's not too much for you?
Gerald seems like he's been having this conversation for a bit because he says,
Okay, I'm sorry. In a appropriate dueling setting, fireball, if cast appropriately, would be fine.
you can tell that, like, he doesn't actually really mean that, but he's actually just trying to get this conversation to, like, progress. Kevin seems to understand that, like, y'all are trying to, like, get somewhere with this, and just goes,
If you want my approval on the spell, it's fine. Just make sure you have some containment for it, and it'll be okay. I don't think it's a terribly great idea, and I think you need to confirm that this is a thing that's happening in the first place.
We've done that. I've shown you the proof. You know that people are going missing.
I'm going to go ahead and open up redemptions. Give me a second to clear things out. Attempt to have a normal conversation with Kevin. That's a rough one. That's a rough one if I've ever seen it. All right. Try to ease relations. Compliment his bow tie and tell him that we're glad to have his expertise to help us. A reminder that Gerald believes that proper spell work requires the spells to be codified with several other people, and for everyone to say that it's cool, to make sure that there's no loopholes that everyone else could find or whatever, to make sure that there's no large problems. All right, there's the vote. Go ahead and vote. Peer-reviewed spellcraft. Gerald's a nerd. They're both nerds. They're having a nerd fight right now. They're having a bit of a nerd fight. Standard TG conversation. I haven't been to TG in like ever. It's probably for the best. You decide that you're going to spend some time trying to figure out how to calm Kevin down. You compliment Kevin on his bow tie. You say, that bow tie looks very, very nice on you. And Gerald, calm down. We're in a library. We need to, stay calm. But hey, let me show you this journal I've got. It's got proof of people who have gone missing, and it's got when people are going missing and where they're going when they go places. It should give you all the evidence that you need to know to believe what Gerald's been saying, essentially. Kevin seems a little taken aback that you complimented his bow tie. He wasn't really ready for that one and seems a little bit bashful about the whole thing. But he does take the journal and starts looking through it. And you say, would you mind signing off on the people that you know as well? To do the whole get Kevin to sign thing going. After a minute of him kind of flipping through it, looking through it, he kind of just sighs and he goes, okay. Yeah, we can work this out. Again, I think the only issue I have with your spell, Gerald, is that it needs to have some containment. This proof is fairly satisfactory. I'm going to try and see if I can confirm some of this information for myself, but I would like to say that it's probably fine. Did he blush? He's just all fuzz. I don't think you can see him blush if you were to do so.
Good. We have an agreement. That's enough for me for now. I'm going to start working on some of the more practical elements of it. No. Would you mind going and getting some things for me? We need some supplies. Do you have any idea exactly what we need, Kevin?
Well, we probably need, I would think, some sort of bucket, tree stump remover, fertilizer, I'll try and get a few things myself, but if you can get those things, I don't think I have any of those.
All right, I'm going to, start hashing out the fine details of this spell with, Kevin here. If you don't mind going and getting those things, that would be great.
I'm going to go ahead and open up redemptions again. Is there anyone who wants to say anything? Actually, is there anyone who wants to say anything prior to you guys just going and doing that? Do you want to disagree? Because if it's going to be between 7-Eleven and Home Depot, I can just make a thing. Hug Gerald. I just don't want to waste everyone's points. Time to eat dirt. Tell Kevin to stay away from the sewers. That's a free action, sure. Kevin did sign. We'll just say that Kevin did sign off on everything. Alright, so I'm just going to make a poll. Home Depot or 7-Eleven. Don't worry, we'll waste our points no matter what. I've made it multiple choice for some reason. Kevin has little arms. They're kind of hard to see, but they're on the core of his body there. I don't know what I've been doing besides wasting points. I just want to give you the option to not waste points. Is Noah at Home Depot? You guys still have a little bit of time to go do stuff prior to Noah leaving the house for Randall's and Home Depot. Is anyone having problems with the straw poll? Is it like not lighting or working for y'all? Because the votes have gone down prior to normal. And I have a feeling that that error that someone was talking about is also affecting other people. I'm good. Works for me. Okay. Can't look at results. Okay. So it's glitching for some people. It looks like you guys want to go to Home Depot for that one. It's a little bit less than usual, but I think it's just acting funky for some people. Open the link in new tab if some people... It freezes up if I open it in a second window. You can look at the results and press back. It's... Okay. So it looks like it's having some problems for some people, but not everyone. So you head... It wasn't just you, no. All right, so you decide you're going to go ahead and head out. Kevin goes ahead and says, go ahead and pick up a few buckets just in case. I'm not entirely sure how much we'll need. Probably some rope as well. Ropes, tree stump remover, lighter fluid, fertilizer. That should work. I'm going to go and investigate and see if you are actually in both locations at the same time. Gerald, go ahead and keep working on this. I'll be back in just a moment. And with that, Kevin leaves as you leave to go and check on the situation down at the Home Depot. I'm going to go ahead and teleport you to the Home Depot. Give me just a minute. There we go. We're at the Home Depot. It's been left open despite the fact that no one is here. Everyone's next door at the Randall's. Still causing problems. Mirror check? Sure. Hold up. You check the mirror. The amount of blood that you've seen in the Home Depot is still here. It's the same amount of blood as usual in the mirror. That was just me. Is the Home Depot entity made out of light? No. It's made out of flesh that you can't quite comprehend. Alright, so I'm going to open up redemptions for you guys to decide to do some things. Find a water gun to put the bad soup in. Get what we need and leave quickly before Noah gets here. Grab a shopping cart and take everything. Ask Home Depot to fix the gazebo. Spray paint hearts and spades onto the bucket for some extra flair. I see what you're doing. Don't think you're slick. Buy all we need and get more money from the register. Power move. All right. Go find a water gun and put some bad soup in. Get what you need and leave quickly before Noah gets here. Grab shopping cart and take everything. Ask Home Depot entity to fix gazebo. Spray paint hearts and spades onto the buckets for extra flair. Get the things he told us to get. Ask Home Depot entity if he can see us stealing in the store. Get items and a flashlight for Kevin. Just a little microaggression every now and then. Why not? Fill the cart with the things we need and get some bird seed as well. Take all things to fashion a homemade water gun for the bad soup. Buy all the things that we need and get more money from the register. How much money would you like to take from the register? Scream for Home Depot entity. Lick the blood. What blood? Home Depot shopping montage. Knock over a shelf. Just cause a problem for no reason. The John Deere thing was just the only like slogan I could think of for some reason. All right, so here's that. Vote. Why is the vote just ever so slightly off center? Oh, that's gonna annoy me. There we go. Fix it. Okay. Bad soup, by the way, is just every possible drink combination they could get together. I put the bad soup recipe on the Reddit, by the way. Good. I think, speaking of the next series, some people have said that it would be best to probably, like, double down on the Town of Nowhere subreddit and use it again for, the next series. I don't know how to do things on Reddit, so if that's a thing I can do without it being weird, I'll try to do that. We'll see. Hardcore we'll see on that one, depending on how Reddit works. If I can change the name of it to be like Rev Extended Universe or some shiz, it's not going to be in the same universe as this, so, you know. It's not going to have the same characters. We will definitely probably do a series where we come back to the Town of Nowhere, but we're going to have a little bit of space between that one and this one. Rev PG is good. Rev PG is pretty good. All right, so it looks like the votes have come in, and the answer so far is get what we need quickly before Noah gets here, get the things he told us to get, find a water gun, put the bad soup in. Does Home Depot sell... does Home Depot sell water guns? Pool toys. No, you don't need to know where I live. Apparently it sells really crappy pool toys. Yes. Wow, they're just awful looking and expensive. They're not even super soakers. They're just garbage. But sure, yes. With automatic fill station and 2 water... So you can get one that has an automatic fill station, which we don't really need. A Swimways Strike Water Gun 3-pack. So you can do that thing like they do in, like, Westerns where they have multiple, like... It sells water long rifles, but you need a special permit in most states to buy a water pistol. Thought you were being serious there for a minute. And then they've got just a regular water gun soaker, which is like just a regular one. What are the stats for pool tool? It's you can probably get a good like 3 to 5 feet of range off of them. You can make a homemade water gun out of $5 at a small hose, a bottle, and one of those gun-shaped hose nozzles. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, Super Soakers do not... Like, these are bootleg as fuck looking. I would not expect that these have any sort of range. They're not good Super Soakers, from what I can find on the Home Depot website. Buy all that's needed and get money from the register. I'm gonna go ahead and see what I can get. Let's see. Lime rust remover, simple green, rust remover, simple green. Iron out, rust dissolver, lime away, stump remover. Looking for these. Yeah, I'm looking for stump remover. That's explicitly what I am looking for right now. Is that not a thing you can buy anymore? High yield stump remover. There we go. It's like a powder. Simple green is not the same thing. High yield, so 1.5 pounds of stump remover does not have a price. It's not organic. How much is it? Like 14 bucks. Okay. So 14 bucks for that. I'm going to get a tally sheet going out. So like 14 bucks plus a super soaker. Because you guys want pool toys, so that's like 17 bucks for the rifle looking one, or do you want the pistols? The pistols are like 3 for 7 bucks. Stump remover is a chemical remover. We can take whatever we need. Do you guys want to pay for it or just steal them? Okay, so rifles... pistols, stump remover. How many buckets do you guys want? No prices. $25, 20 to 5 buckets. I could cut the difference and call it like what? 15? I think you could reasonably carry 15 buckets. Okay, 15 buckets. A big old thing of fertilizer. And you guys are just opting to just take this stuff because the Home Depot entity just doesn't care as long as it's part of your mission. Stack them and put them in a cart. There's no way you could reasonably carry this stuff. You're going to have to, like, put it in a cart and just walk out with it. Anything else y'all want to get? I see bird seed is also on the list. Do you guys want bird seed? Lighter fluid, rope. Okay. Lighter. Bird seed. Rope. Okay. Half the stream is just I'm going to the store. Do y'all want anything? You got the fertilizer. So right now on the list I've got bird seed, super soaker, rifles and pistols, stump remover, fertilizer, 15 buckets, lighter fluid, rope, and that's it right now. The bird seed is for y'all, not Raymond, apparently. Forget-me-not flowers. That's adorable. A drill bit. Garden gnome. Coffee? Do you guys want me to, like, make a poll? I'll make a poll. How about that? I'll make a poll that's just, like, I'm going to put that's all, and then if that's all is the top option, we'll just go with that. Otherwise, I'll get a couple other things on the list. So, opening up redemptions, if you guys have any things that you want to get, just to make things easy. One nail. Forget-me-nots for Kevin. Horticulture book. Battery-powered drill. Get all of the candy. Self-esteem. I don't think you can find that in a store. You can't buy self-esteem. You can be told that you can buy self-esteem. I believe it's called makeup. And or like workout equipment. But those things don't really make you happy. You're told that those are problems with yourself and that they have the solution for them. You can't buy makeup at Home Depot. I was trying to make a nice point. Tool makeup. Forget-me-nots for Kevin. I went ahead and cut off redemptions for now because I need to be able to copy-paste this. Battery-powered drill. Get all of the candy. Self-esteem. Black trash can, chains, and a safe. Food for energy. Garden gnome named Gnomeware. Energy drink from the vending machine. I mean, yeah, I suppose your soup is undrinkable. Common sense, sure, and makeup. All right, cool. Great poll. Buy mental health supplies at Home Depot. Like you do. Maybe that's why I never can seem to find any of mine. That I'm always in short supply of mental health is because I don't go shopping at Home Depot. Maybe that's my problem. Guys, I've solved all mental illness. We just need to go to Home Depot. That's it. That's where you find it. Stop going to your shrink. You just go to Home Depot. I haven't tried it myself, but maybe we just go there. Maybe that's the solution. We did it. We solved mental illness. What's the other no doing right now? Is probably, given the time, is either wrapping up the break-in or going to Randall's. There's no Home Depot in the UK. Well, sorry, Alexa, but it looks like you're not getting any mental illness treatments because apparently it's all located in Home Depot. I'm very sorry to tell you this. The cure is apparently 2x4s and drills. I'll send you the potion. Is that a promise or a threat? Or both? Alright, so it looks like you guys decide you want to get some, a garden gnome and some forget-me-nots. And a battery-powered drill. And some common sense. You pick up some common sense and realize you can't find that here. You figured it out, though. So you go ahead and get a garden gnome. Sure. And some forget-me-nots. What color are forget-me-nots? I actually don't know. And a battery-powered drill. The drills are, like, locked up, and you don't have the keys for it. Blue? Blue? I actually don't know. Purple? Bluish? I forgot what color they are. Like a light blue? I'm actually going to look that up right now. They come in kind of a baby blue and sort of a pastel pink. And it looks like they can also be white. So, like the flower color versions of the color palette of this game. That's weird. That's weird. Town of Nowhere compliant flowers found. That is actually awesome. All right. Anything else y'all want to do here? Go apeshit, break, dance, dab, and leave. Leave. Twerk. Thank the cashier. You are the cashier. You're stealing this shit. Okay. Looks like you guys are good to just go. So I'm going to put you out into the Home Depot parking lot now. Home Depot. Boop. There we go. You go outside the Home Depot, and now it's time to kind of just figure out where you're going from here. You've got your Home Depot orange basket of stuff just filled to the brim with random crap that you're asked to buy and or steal. What time is it? It's getting late. Stream should be wrapping up soon, and as a result, No should be coming to the Home Depot soon as well. Go to the library. Go back to Kevin and Gerald. Anyone against that plan? We're going to give the flowers to Kevin. All right, cool. So we're going to the library then. You head on off to the library. Library. Boop, 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 boop. All right. You head into the library, and both Gerald and Kevin are there. Kevin comes back in around about the same time that you do. Nods at you and says, well, it turns out that you're right. I saw you just coming back from, why did you break into his house? Was there a reason for that? That's a weird thing to do.
I'm sure it made sense at the time. We don't really have time for that. Just the proof is in the pudding that you believe that they actually were there. That's the important bit. That they were in both locations, which means that they are actually time traveling. So the stuff they're saying is actually not as weird as it seems like.
I'm going to go and open up redemptions. Give me half a second to clear off the last ones. And opening up redemptions now for y'all. The initial break-in actually was able to be proof to Kevin in this occasion that all right, let me go ahead and pause redemptions. All right. All right. Give him the stuff. Ask what's our plan. Explain the break-in thing. Eat birdseed. It's okay, Gerald. It's still weird. We have the stuff. Wink. Breaking in did have a reason. I also got you flowers for you. Smiley face. Hand over the buckets and yell, buckets for the bucket god. It's our sister's husband. She sent us a letter before she was forgotten. We're looking for proof. Okay. Yep, that's what you were doing there. Thanks, Funkmaster J, for sticking up for us. Give flowers to both Kevin and Gerald, but save some for Raymond and Noah. You don't have that many flowers. I just kind of got enough for, like, the two of them. You guys can go and get more forget-me-nots. All right. And create pull. And copy. And paste. And vote. I assume you can just get forget-me-nots and, like, little, like, you know, like you were going to start, like, a, I don't know, a flower bed or something. They've got those, like, little, like, tiny, like, 4-inch round, like, diameter pots of flowers, and you just found some that looked nice. So you got, like, 2 sets. One for the both of them. That's how they are at Lowe's. I imagine Home Depot does it too. They did it for, like, other stuff, so... I actually don't know if forget-me-nots are in season or not. This game seems rather trippy. You got an error. That might have to be a thing that ends this session, beyond my throat just being screwed up. Looks like people are able to vote this time. I'm going to go ahead and post the link again. Wait, what month is it in the game? Vaguely somewhere between, like, January and December. It's not really specified, but, you know, sometime. Somewhere in that region. All right.
All right.
Looks like you guys are saying it's our sister's husband. She sent us a letter before she was forgotten. We were looking for proof in his house. You give them the stuff. And the initial proof, the initial break-in was because he had proof that we weren't as crazy as we seem. Stealing food was an impulse. Kevin just kind of looks at you saying, I just stayed outside. I didn't see that you stole food too. Why? Okay.
Noah just does stuff sometimes. They just, it's fine.
Give flowers to both Kevin and Gerald. So you give them both forget-me-nots and go, these are for you. What's the plan? Gerald looks at it and says,
that seems fitting, thank you.
Kevin walks away for a bit and then comes back. There doesn't seem to be any particular reason that they did that, but now they're back and they don't make eye contact.
Well, so your suggestion about doing a kill switch to let everyone know on Facebook when we were gone, it had me thinking. It seemed to work with the other Christopher, the one that we've now forgotten. I think the best plan that I can come up with, and Kevin seems to agree with my plan, and I don't want you to freak out, but if we know approximately that Christopher is currently alive and goes missing sometime tomorrow, and that no one else seems to be living at the motel, that seems to be correct, yes? We could set up a similar sort of kill switch for a device. With the motel being on the outskirts of town, we should be able to contain any sort of collateral damage to prevent it from causing any problems. Presumably, the creature in question that's causing this to happen has to at least exist to some degree in a physical plane in order to be covered in blood in the first place, as you described. So in order for it to have attacked anything to begin with, it would have need to have be there. So if we set a I don't know if there's anything we could do to save Christopher, but I think if we set up a detonation device for the to be set with a kill switch for Christopher, it should put an end of this tomorrow. I know this is a crazy plan, but it's the best one I've got. If you have another plan, that would be good. Now would be a good time to know.
I'm going to go ahead and open up redemptions because I just dropped a bombshell. On y'all.
If you don't have a better plan, that's fine. We have until tomorrow in order to figure this one out.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause redemptions for now. My throat is starting to kill me. The Gerald voice is actually kind of hard on my throat, so we may have to stop after this scene. I apologize in advance, but I think we're kind of getting to the end of the day anyway, so this should work out in general. New plan, rob a bank. Horse disguised as a horse. You are going to be so happy to find out what happens next. To pass no. And if it doesn't work, Gerald, this is the best plan I've ever heard since I got into town. Kevin, I need your strongest and most clearly defined fireball. If we kill the blurred, then we won't know why it killed my sister. Okay, there's that. There's the pull.
Vote. 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 Vote.
Obviously, this plan will not be taking place tonight. So this plan is not set in stone. You guys can always change your mind. It's just a plan that Gerald has come up with. You guys have essentially a session to come up with, or, you know, until next session to come up with a different idea if you want to do that. Do you think you would have been think you would have started this whole experiment if you hadn't been obligated to read Homestuck? Definitely would have been. This is something I think I started doing this or planning it prior to reading Homestuck. If someone wants to try and figure out when I started the Stone Temple in Zelda, I know I was talking about it then, but I was working on it prior to then. I mean, I started working on the next season, like, as soon as, like, episode 2 of this came out. I don't have any of the assets together for it, but as far as, like, plot progression stuff goes, like, I've got at least the world and some of the characters worked out. I just need to get, like I said, the aesthetic nailed down, that kind of thing. So, all right. All right, so I'm going to look over what you guys said here. It says, will I get my sister back? Can we save the others somehow? What about Elise? What if it doesn't work? There must be some way to save everybody who died. We just need more time to think. If we kill the bird, we won't know why it killed my sister. Gerald says,
I know you're upset, no, and I am too. This plan basically hinges on the fact that Christopher was destined to die, and I don't like that plan. I really don't like this plan, and I don't know if we'll ever find out what happened to your sister or why this happened. But at this point, I can't think of what else to do. If we can save anyone else. It's entirely possible that we're just under the influence of this being. It's entirely possible that we will be able to maybe work something out with the Home Depot entity. I don't like this plan. We don't even know if this will work. And we can always wait. But as you know, as you even said, more people will die. Or be taken, or forgotten, or whatever that entails.
Gerald, that is the best plan I've heard since I got into town. That's very much in conflict with the rest of what you said. Maybe we could confront it without,
It's something to think about. Me and Kevin are going to work out how to make this work. But if you can think of something else to do, no. We have until tomorrow afternoon to find out a different plan.
Gerald's plan as it stands is to use the kill switch spell that as soon as the spell itself forgets who Christopher, the guy who runs the motel, would be to have that connected to a just shitty bomb that they've made out of Home Depot supplies and blow up the entire motel complex in order to just make sure the whole situation's dealt with. It worked with the other Christopher in that it was the spell that Gerald had this morning was to wake him up as soon as it did not remember who that was. And he woke up early this morning, indicating that the other Christopher died or was taken or whatever, forgotten this morning. So that kill switch idea does work in that it will trigger an idea. It will allow you to do something as a result of it. Gerald's plan right now is to use that same mechanism to just blow up the entire motel. Do binding spells exist in this universe? Binding as in something that holds something? That could be a thing. Sure. I would have to know the specifics of it, but yeah. As long as you can consider how to do it, particularly. As far as you know, I think of it as both restricting and anchoring it to the material plane, or preventing it from doing the bad touch teleport. So just sort of paralysis. The teleport that happened to drag you through time is definitely the Home Depot entity's doing. My throat is killing me at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and just say at this point, everyone kind of agrees to try and think of other ideas, but this is an idea for now. And hopefully that works for y'all. I apologize. I'm fine. I'll be okay. Just need to, like, go get some tea or something. I'll be alright. Let me go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to a BRB screen real quick. What a horrifying BRB screen to switch it to. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Let me go ahead and cut the sound, and then I'm going to check and see what's going on the Boru. See if there's anything going on there. See if there's any new art. Did y'all have fun tonight? There's a lot happened. And it's been a minute. Holy shit, look at all this art. Okay, so you guys probably enjoyed yourselves. That's usually a sign that I've done a good stream, is if there's a fuck ton of art for it. So there was progress. This whole thing has made me inspired. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, the long and short of this is, like, you know, D&D and all that. Like, if you like this kind of thing, it's, you know, it's D&D with a little bit more advanced, like, stuff going around on the edges. But I mean, like, to be real, it's D&D just with no dice rolls. Like, this is what D&D is. You play a character, you do a thing, and, you know, you live in a world and do stuff. This is basically how all of those systems work. It was originally going to be a Call of Cthulhu campaign, but then I just thought, hey, I could do this instead. I've had this planned for a while as far as a Call of Cthulhu campaign. I'll talk more about that kind of stuff once this is all said and done, and do like I want to do like at least a breakdown of the first episode and talk about some design decisions that happened. But now is definitely a good time for y'all to come up and think about alternative plans. Gerald has a plan. Kevin seems to be on board with it, but they don't seem to totally enjoy that plan. We've got this first art from Cassidy Draws Art, or Cassidy Draws. Cassidy Drawing is drawing now.tumblr.com if you want to see more of their stuff. They posted this a little while ago. I apologize. It's been so long for stuff, or for this to come back. This looks really cool. I love it. Yeah. The way you win D&D, by the way, is you have good stories that you tell other people. It's not about that time that you rolled a 20 and did a cool backflip. It's about the time that you had a neat story to tell. So far, I feel like I'm winning, and I feel like hopefully you guys are winning as well. You know? We've got this one from Weasel. Oh, it's Weasel. and it's of No, a much more like put together, attractive version of No. Thank you. We've got this one that Lixa did of No. Just hanging out, chilling. You got a Noah. Hi, Herman. You got a little like No with like the heart eyes. It's cute. Thank you. We've got this one from Orthogonal Caster, and it's actually got a YouTube link. Additionally to it saying No, I'm gonna click this and see what happens. Hopefully, it doesn't. Is it? Oh. Phi Sin vignette. Just No, the town of nowhere. Is this gonna be? Is this copyrighted? Or is this something that you've made? Song is supposed to capture the energy of No from the town of nowhere. Be sure to check it out. Ongoing Twitch plays D&D. Okay, so it's just music. Okay, so I think I can play this. If you can't hear anything, then I've just on After Hours because I deleted it out. But oh, I love that. That's cool. It's a little bit chaotic. It's old school. It's cute in its chaos. It's very appropriate. It's exactly what Noah's like. Thank you, Orthogonal Caster. We've got this one from Anna LRK of Zoo Depot of a Zoo Pals plate over No's face in order to disguise them. It's very good. Thank you. We've got this one from Ray Duran of the fateful meeting with the gazebo, I guess. It's very cool. So much rad art tonight. We've got this one from Zachariah Ribbit. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Home Depot. Shit's fucked, dude. Ooh, that's creepy. Yeah. And then just dabbing and crying, crabbing. And then the episode 7 moment. I love the just frenetic dabs. It's very good. Thank you. Very gremlin. We've got this one from Sam the PC. I think this is more art than I've gotten today than I have for the past, like, I don't know, couple of weeks of other streams. Was it 9? Is episode 9? I thought it was 7. It might be 9. We've got a Christopher and a Crystal. I assume that's what we're going with here, yeah? Yeah. Instagram.com/random person, wink, wink. Had to upload this 3 different times because of art errors. Dude, it looks great. It looks wonderful. Rip Christopher. Very cool. We've got this one from Thailand87. And you can go to twitter.com/TYUL_in87 in order to find their other stuff. You got the No making the soup, the forbidden soup. You've got Gerald and Rip Chris, both Abjur and Gerald, looking kind of upset about the whole thing. This style is super cool. I love it. And I love the fuck it and the wellness going down after you drink that. Some people have asked, Rev, will you drink that? And no, I will not drink the soup. Because I think I would vomit. But thank you for the that. It looks very cool though. We've got this one from Dragonmons, and Tilda has just given me tea. Thank you, sweetheart. Dragonmons makes this one. It says, "Yo, what the shit, bro? Chill. I'm basically Dave Sprite. I understand completely. The screen region on this is kind of jacked. Give me a second to fix that." There we go. Someone asked me, does No know of Homestuck? And I don't know if No has read Homestuck or not, but they're definitely aware of its existence. They're entirely aware of its existence because they've directly asked people if they've read Homestuck before. So, it's up to y'all to decide whether or not they've read it, but they definitely know of its existence enough that they can just ask people about it. But yes, No would actually be able to have like a completely insane conversation like this and it go totally fine. They speed read it, sure. They just did it in like a weekend. They just read it from like, who is this boy? It's his birthday, to like the end. They started reading Homestuck 2. You know, they've read all of it. They played all the games. They did it all in like one sitting. They didn't sleep. They didn't eat. They didn't wake up, or like they didn't go and do anything. They just sat there and read it. A weekend. That is most. I don't think they can physically read Homestuck. I don't think it's possible for anyone normal to read Homestuck in one sitting like that. Considering how long I've been reading it, but that seems like something they would do. Yes. They would spend like a weekend just reading it and be like, oh my God, yes. Anna LRK gives us this one, full image in the source. You can go to annalrk97.tumblr.com in order to find their stuff. And it's of Abjur asking Noah about, No, and Noah just being like, yeah, they're good peeps. It's very cool art. Thank you. Self-wingmanning. And then we've got this one from Dragon Mons. Excuse me. And it says something curious, which I don't know what that means. You want some? Spanish to English. You want? Yeah, okay. Fair enough. You want this? And then we've got this one from Jumo. And it's the bad soup and Kevin and the bad soup gun and No talking to Noah, the Zoo Pals thing, the gnome that you guys got. I love the energy here. It's all so very on brand. that Kevin look where it's just like, the side-eyed Furby Kevin. It's wonderful. Gnomeware. It's wonderful. Thank you. And then we got this one from Gerated, and it's of No with like me as a little angel and Chad as a little devil over No's shoulders. You got all of the different characters from the series as little like sprites, and then you've got wow, this is really cool. This is super cute. You did very good on this one. Love it. Thank you so much. I'm just going to flick through them again real quick, just so we can give a little bit of respect for everyone again. Thank you guys so much. It means a lot. I'm glad that you guys enjoy this. I really am. It means a lot to me, and I'm glad you guys enjoy it. It looks like there's one more art. We're going to take a look at it real quick. It's from Joe, and here it is. You've got you've got No giving Gerald a hug and being like, all right, let's go. And then the evil fucked up vibe from the gazebo, doing the little S thing with the 69, because of course. Presidential alert, the girls are fighting. Evil soup with Justin. You guys touched hands. The forget-me-nots. Yeah. The fact that that is the right color palette is actually pretty fucking amazing. Oh, and the little jump. I forgot about the little jump that you guys did. That's wonderful. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to go ahead and go for now. I don't know if anyone's live. I'll raid someone if they are. But yeah, that's going to be it for me for now. I'm going to do a little ad and then bounce for now. And I'll see you guys perhaps tomorrow, depending. Probably not. We'll see. When's the next Homestuck stream? As soon as possible. I'll see you guys later. Brr.